Good afternoon, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here, Midwest Market Management. I've got Riley Sykart on with me here today. It is Thursday. Wow, Thursday already? Yeah, Thursday, September 18th. And we got U.S. weather from a national yield perspective here. Riley, what do we got in store for us weather-wise?
Not any big changes since Tuesday, Clint. Getting this stage of the year where weather here in the U.S. is starting to mean less and less from a market standpoint, and I'd say from a national yield standpoint too, Clint. I mean, at this point, a lot of the crop's been determined what it's going to be, and it's just how quick can it get dried down and pulled out of the field.
Yeah, about the only risk we really have right now. I mean, clearly you're not going to make any more bushels at this point in time, so it's how little can we lose from here. And the largest culprit that we have, which is not really measurable in maps, is wind right now. So let's keep the wind at reasonable rates, and we should be able to drag everything that's in the field and get it into the bin.
Absolutely. So moving here into the maps, temperatures over the next 5 days, pretty mild. Down in the south, getting into some 90-degree stuff. In the Delta, a lot of stuff already harvested. Clint, you're got a good knowledge and expertise on the panhandle of Texas, but there's not really much to discuss when temperatures down there in the 80s to low 90s. That's not affecting the crop in a big way. So moving in 6 to 10 day, a little bit cooler, seeing some highs starting to be in the 60s again. Looked at maps, still nothing close enough to a frost warning that I'm really concerned. So I don't have any of those maps on today. Yeah, September weather, sweatshirt weather during the night and debatably go into a shirt during the day. It's fall weather. There's not really anything there I can't really add anything. The one thing that is different, drought monitor map came out here this morning. We all knew the eastern belt was dry and starting to peek into southern Iowa a little bit, but Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, I think it's pretty safe to say that they are not going to have any record crops.
I don't know. That's what everybody thinks, but I think the jury's still out on that. I'm reading a lot of the yield network yields coming out of there, and there are guys that are still pretty astonished at how well it did. And I'm a firm believer that you can't kill a crop with just heat or with just giant dryness, and you really need the heat and the dryness. And we had above average temperatures. I'm not saying we didn't, but there were no hundreds on the board out there. And so they got dry late. So I'm not saying that there's not problem areas, but the yield reports we're seeing, Riley, I'm still not seeing massive holes in that stuff yet.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any absolute meltdown disasters yet either, Clint. So,
but nonetheless, there's certainly more color here than what we've seen.
yes. So looking at the last 2 weeks of rain, that western belt caught a rain pattern, nothing new there. Moving into the 1 to 5 day, over the last couple days, there's been some scattered stuff that started in the Dakotas and Nebraska and came across Iowa. More of the same over the next 5 days. As you can see, looking at the map, there's not a huge massive cell coming through. It's just consistent little pop-up showers that are coming in. And for guys that are already starting harvest, it could keep them out of the field for a few days, but it doesn't look like there's going to be anything here to affect long-term harvest, Clint. So not really any big concerns there. 6 to 10 day, pretty similar story. One area in Minnesota and then way down in southern Missouri, there's some chances for some rains, enough to slow down harvest maybe for a couple weeks. But when we're still sitting here on the third week of September, I'm not really concerned, Clint.
Yep.
So overall, 6 to 10 day, 1 to 5, not really anything super concerning there. The one thing I would like to add, if these rains do come to fruition, we just talked about how dry the eastern belt is. If this could help to start replenishing the soil profile going for next year, it could take away a lot of the fear some guys could have to maybe rally us up next spring. So having moisture in the soil is taking away a lot of fear. So we'll have to see if that eastern belt can get some rain. So 1 to 13, when you put it all together, a bunch of spotty and small stuff looks bigger when you put it in a 2-week chart. So overall, chances of rain, we'll see what comes and what gets missed. It seems like this time of year you could flip a coin, Clint. So on the U.S. weather perspective, that's about all I got. I'm not seeing anything to really hurt yields, and I'm not seeing, and like you and I mentioned, there's not really anything this time of year that's going to help much. So yeah, pretty neutral.
Pretty neutral weather. Good deal. Appreciate it. Well, don't forget to stay tuned. Less than neutral South America weather. We will be finding increasing importance in that moving forward. Still very hot down there, but stay tuned for South America weather coming up here shortly. Again, Clint McLaughlin, Riley Sykard, Midwest Market Management. Thank you. Have a good day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.